Is it this? Yeah, it was called Humor and Harmony or something like that. Yeah, 50 Cent Humor Harmony. Here we go. So he had this whole weekend, you know, shout out to $1 million worth of game. They kind of covered the majority of the whole thing.
You missing life, nigga.
Everybody was down there.
Freaking long she left, but you.
Okay.
What is the players?
They had a celebrity game. They had also. I'll just play this because look, it's a news report. Here we go.
City officials say they don't have the numbers to prove it just yet, but Humor and Harmony Weekend made a big economic impact on Shreveport.
This is not just about a party. It's about the economy. 50's, his platform is conscious capitalism. That means deliberately knowing how to use his machine to help the economy.
For the first time in nearly 2 decades, the entertainment district in downtown Shreveport saw thousands of people all in the same space at once and on multiple days.
Certainly some of the people in the entertainment district, some of our longtime tenants, Cassandra's not too long time, but they benefited. I think that Fatty Arbuckle's benefited from it. I'd like to think that other businesses around there, some of the nightclubs and some of the other places would have stood to have benefited. But
Shreveport Mayor Tom Arsenault says the numbers will reflect in the hotel motel tax and the overall sales tax.
the downtown hotels in Shreveport were full. They were full all weekend long. They had a lot of ancillary activities. I'm sure that they did exceptionally well, and I'm really pleased for that, including the Hilton, Samstown, and Bally's.
The success of Humor and Harmony Weekend and the outcome is a result of what can be called the 50 effect.
We understood that this region has been...
Okay, so he also did like a huge comedy show, and with performances, we could probably find some like, here we go. This is some of that concert. This is him performing. But Cat Williams, Andrew Schultz, Michael Blackson. Michael Blackson's set was fucking hilarious. So many great people who performed. And I'm going to be honest with you, he brought like a festival down there, like legit, like a heavy hitting motherfucking festival. And everybody was super happy. But not everybody. Hurricane Chris, who's actually from Louisiana, came out and, he felt a little bit of way about the situation. He said this.
How the fuck you supposed to be a nigga that's a part of hip-hop? You throw a motherfucking concert in Louisiana and don't book no Louisiana legends and put no bankroll in no Louisiana legends pocket, but you pay the police $500,000. What type of bitch ass shit is that? Nigga, you ain't fucking with my city, nigga. You taking advantage of my city, nigga, cause shit cheap and shit costs way less than it costs where you from. And y'all stupid, slow motherfuckers so crazy that y'all gonna let this nigga come down here and not show no love to Louisiana. This nigga ain't booked no Louisiana artist. This nigga ain't booked Big Papa. This nigga ain't booked B Will. This nigga ain't booked Hurricane. This nigga didn't even go to Baton Rouge and get no boosies or no webbies. Like, nigga didn't fuck with us. Nigga came to take advantage of us. Shreveport had cheap ass land. He came and bought that shit, and a nigga don't give a fuck about fucking with us. And he just showed you that by paying the police $500,000 when we got young niggas out here starving, when we got young niggas out here killing each other. That fucking money could have went to anything to help the motherfucking youth. We don't need more money invested into the police, nigga. We need more motherfucking money invested into the community. We need motherfuckers who know the community, who know the people, who willing to put their motherfucking feet on the ground to make a difference with their influence. Fuck your money, nigga. We don't care nothing about it, nigga. You think these white people ain't been had no motherfucking money in Louisiana, nigga? They using you to come through this motherfucker and to pay the city up. Nigga, they finna use you to rebuild the roads. They not finna use you to help the youth, nigga. Louisiana give a fuck about jail. How the fuck you supposed to be a nigga that's a...
Okay. Now, that was the first thing he said, and here's what I think. I was a little bit disappointed by Hurricane Chris with this. I spoke to him a few times, not about this, but with what he went through. He was charged for a murder that we found out later was self-defense. He essentially went to trial and actually beat that case. He was found not guilty, and I'm very happy for him. I believe this is a case of a rapper not being able to see the forest from the trees. Again, you can't. I'm not saying he's completely wrong. But you can't judge 50 for his motives with Shreveport off of one weekend and one show. That was just like, it's almost like a grand opening show. You can't say, oh, because you ain't do it then, you'll never fuck with us, right? He knows he's going to build a studio in Shreveport. By the way, there's nothing wrong with him realizing this is the best place to have a studio based on either costs, rules, police, whatever. But I do believe, and I agree with Hurricane Chris, he should make sure the locals, right? Like the local economies also benefit and people are getting jobs. He should want to help locally because he's coming to their land. And it's kind of like what Sauce Walker said a bit, but it matters more here because you're coming to build something there. And nobody wants you to bring outside shit constantly there because it's their place. I get it. But to call out 50 for one show before his studio was even built, you don't know if maybe he's going to take interest in some of the stories that now he's going to get privy to in Louisiana. Maybe he does a story or a movie based on the life of Boosie. Because he didn't bring y'all out to a concert to perform, it's fuck him? No, I get it. You know, maybe if you're from Shreveport, you're like, damn, why, like, or you're from Louisiana, like, damn, why nobody up there was like us? Which, by the way, we're going to get to like some rebuttal, but this is where I always caution rappers. Sometimes I burn the bridge too quickly. 50's setting up an institution. Also, here's my problem with Hurricane Chris saying this. If 50 wasn't somebody of the culture, this happens all the time. This is, you know, in a different residential form of this is what gentrification is. I don't see y'all over here blasting people for gentrification. When y'all see Amazon move in and just clear out a swath of land and build 5 warehouses and now this is their new hub, I don't see y'all cussing out Jeff Bezos. I don't see if, you know, these developers come in and they just clear out a whole land and knock down all the historical houses that everybody great grandma used to live at because they want to build up. I don't see that same energy for that. And it feels like the upset that he is feeling is that, bro, why you ain't put us on an event? It's one an event. He says you ain't paying no Louisiana rappers, but you paid the police $500,000. Well, you got to pay for security. That's just how it works. It's one event. It's one event. There's going to be many more. 50's trying to be there for 20 years. For me, if I'm him, why would you want to burn that bridge? If anything, I'd hit 50, like, yo, let me holler at you, brother. I know you down here. Hey, if not for anything, I want to be somebody who could be by your side because I'm going to show you how we move in this land right here. Because you know there's going to be all type of, you know, shit trickles down. You know, like whatever roles or whatever festivals he's going to bring. I've never, you know, with all due respect to Shreveport, I've never really heard about, we hear about Baton Rouge, right? We hear about New Orleans. We don't hear about Shreveport much when it comes to entertainment. So when I see him go this hard, I'm like, man, I feel like you're hurting yourself. Anyway, after that happened, we had Fredo Bang, who instantly responded. He said this.
Okay. If he ain't book no Louisiana artists, Louisiana legends, who the fuck I am then?
Oh, apparently Fredo Bang was there.
Hurricane.
Okay. Now, after that, 50 responded himself. And you know 50, 50's one way, man. Like, he's not the guy like, oh, my bad, Hurricane Chris. He wasn't about to do that at all, right? Is this response still up here, or do I got to go find it? Let me see. If I got to go find it. I think I do got to go find it. Here we go. I'm going to find it here. So 50 posted up this. It was actually a movie, and he said, Hurricane Flex. Boy, your shit is whack. The fuck you think you, Fredo Bang? Your shit gets no play, my ride. LOL. Yo, it's so surprising to me that I've never seen 50 not be 50. He's just one way the entire time. And even if you don't like some of his antics, you got to appreciate somebody who, it's like it's like peanut butter and jelly. Like, you know what it's going to be. You don't have to guess. There's no, what is he going to think now? It's not like Kanye. Kanye could wake up on the wrong side of the bed, put on a MAGA hat. He could wake up on the other side of the bed, go at the Jews. Like, he do anything. 50, we almost could know damn well what he about to say every single goddamn time. Now, we get Hurricane Chris, who responded back to that, right? And he responded, he said this.
Big dummy, you just proved my point. You don't know shit about the city. Shreveport, the nigga just said I got one song. Nigga, I go all the way back to 5 Entertainment. That's how I know you don't know shit about the city, homie. You just a culture vulture ass nigga that seen some shit for sale and you wanted to come profit. Now go ahead and go get some niggas something since I done got on your ass. Go ahead and go try to pound it to some niggas and put some niggas on or do something and help some niggas because you see I'm getting on your motherfucking ass. Go ahead and try to play chess like that. You ain't gonna outsmart me, nigga. I ain't none of these dumbass fool ass niggas you ever dealt with. Nigga, I got a whole catalog of shit. Me and Boosie got a mixtape. Nigga, I've been dropping music in Shreveport since 05. I've been touring in Louisiana and all these Texas areas since 05. Dumbass nigga don't know nothing about our culture. That's why I was going off on this nigga. Cause I know this nigga don't give a fuck to do no research about us and our people. Shreveport, man, say, man. Stand up or fall for any motherfucking thing. You got to stand up for something, man.
Okay. So, I seen Tony A in the chat. He says, negative news spreads so fast. Okay. Some people say he injected so money into that city's economy and people are so mad. Some people also said, you talking about not doing research, but didn't even do research. Louisiana booked research to Louisiana artist 50 did book at the festival. Just apologize, my G, and move on. Man, I know 50 a lot of times is a bully. And we've seen him incessantly pick on certain people. For example, Diddy. But I'm going to be honest with you. Hurricane Chris is coming off heavily like you feel a little salty and holler at you, man. And for that, I have to say, I think you're messing up your own bag. Because you have a company that's rooted in hip-hop coming to your backyard. And rather than, if I'm you, and maybe you're too stuck in the mindset of getting paid as a rapper. If you know so much about Shreveport, Louisiana, how about you come, the guy's making movies. He's not coming there with a label. So it's interesting you're mad that he didn't book rappers, but he's coming there with a movie company, a studio. How about you come up with some of the original stories of some of either, gangsters, drug dealers. It doesn't have to be necessarily negative, but some of the original stories that's from Louisiana that maybe you could turn to a script that 50 could possibly put on a big screen or put on something that could be on Netflix, Hulu, Stars, or whatever the case is, and then you could be in a different part of your career. Why would you, because you didn't get hired as a musician, why would you hate on someone who's trying to do some film? Again, I don't necessarily think he's trying to hate, but I understand 50's not going to forgive this, right? 50's going to remember this. And I think that's where, you close doors on yourself without realizing the opportunity that's in front of you. You know what I mean? It's just so much a bigger picture. We've heard these stories about Marlo, Mike, and Boosie, and I'm going to be honest with you, that shit kind of sounds theatrical. It sounds like, what? Niggas was doing what? I've watched, some of these documentaries. They sound crazy. Who knows if, obviously, he's not going to only do, Louisiana stuff. He's doing stuff from Detroit. He's doing BMF. He's doing all these type of things. But, if he's in your backyard and you get cool with him, you have the influence to possibly say, yo, shit, come from Louisiana. Shit, I think you should do some rap. Go through the Cash Money, the this, that could come down to be one of the derivatives. Again, I was a little bit confused by this because it felt so short-sighted. The goal wasn't just even if he paid you, what would you get paid? No disrespect to him, but okay, he paid you $15,000 or $10,000 to perform A Baby or whatever, or that and a couple other songs. That would just make you happy rather than you now looking at this well, if I get locked in with 50, I could make $1 million play out of this. We got to stop being short-sighted as people. His questions or his objections aren't unfounded, but burning the bridge by going publicly and calling a nigga a culture vulture or saying, oh, he's just using us instantly. Nobody's going to double back around unless, they're probably white. And you know how 50 get. Once you diss him, it's a wrap. So, Yeah, I thought that was kind of unfounded. Anyway, what else is going on? Let me see. Oh, NBA YoungBoy. So NBA YoungBoy actually took a plea deal, and it was a little bit surprising by me because the plea deal. Let's Google this NBA YoungBoy plea deal. So the plea deal he took, he's going to plead guilty to having a firearm. Okay, now the crazy thing is he spent about like 2 years, or at least 2 years now, fighting this on house arrest, and it felt like that this was ultimately going to go to trial. And we had heard that the trial for this was going to be in July. Obviously, July came and went. We're now in August. We apparently got pushed back again, and now we're seeing a declaration, and I'll post this up that you guys can read exactly what it is. Give me 1 second. This is the deal he signed. I'm posting it, by the way. Okay. So if I go here, so YoungBoy's case.
Hurricane Chris is very, very, very angry at 50 Cent because he did not bring him out for a show in Louisiana. And you feel me? I can't name you one Hurricane Chris song or say a single thing about Hurricane Chris. I think I seen an interview about Hurricane Chris or something. Didn't he catch a body or something? I don't know. I might be confused. But you feel me? 50 took out Fredo Bang. Like, to this newer generation, like, I'm not gonna lie, the newer generation, unless like in Louisiana, they might know more songs, but newer generation, bro, they're listening to Fredo Bang over Hurricane Chris. Like, he looks like an angry reptilian. That's the way I see him. He just looks like such an angry person. Like he's just mad at the world for no reason. How are you mad at 50 Cent for not bringing you out? Like, can't be mad at him, bro. You feel me? If you were bigger, better or something, maybe he would have brought you out. But hey, you could sit there and be mad. Hey, 50 Cent's doing shows in your city and you're mad. If you were big enough, you could have been the one doing the shows in your city. But hey, man, it is what it is. It's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how you guys feel about the whole situation.